Everything I know about day trading, I've learned from David Green, and we've taught in Wall Street Global Trading Academy. If you want to know more and you want to really become a successful day trader, go to Wall Street Global Trading Academy. And that's all I got to say about that.
We're back at the New York Stock Exchange for another incredible interview with none other than the man, the myth, the legend, Mr. Peter Tuchman.
Boom! Chartaddicts, how you doing? Einstein on Wall Street from the balcony at the New York Stock Exchange. Welcome.
Without giving away too much private information, because I know it was different when David left the institutional side and had to kind of pick up some new skills. What do you know that is transferable from institutional over to retail, and what do you feel like just doesn't work when you try to move over?
Okay, so the whole art of being a retail day trader is something that sort of blossomed into this incredible thing. There's, as I said, there are tens of millions of people doing it. It really wasn't that way before. Technical analysis has sort of exploded as people have sort of investigated and learned it. There are guys out there who fill your charts with a million different things. Your chart will look like air traffic control on 9/11. We try to tend to keep things super simple. We use RSI, we use exponential moving averages, we use pivot points. We do a little bit of Fibonacci, a little double top, double bottom. We have certain trades that we do. There are criteria that we teach that represent each one of the trades that's really necessary. Institutional trading is a different animal altogether. Me going out there and buying 1 million shares of stock for a customer who's trying to take a large position in a company because they've done their due diligence, they've used fundamental analysis, they like the story, the process, the people, they're putting a lot of money to work. An institutional investor is a whole nother animal in its own right. What I do when I trade institutional money is completely different. And it's different now than when I did it in the 80s and 90s. It's a completely different story. We're in a different market. We're trading pennies now. There's electronic trading. There are algorithms. So that's a different animal altogether. I think people, your audience, retail traders, trading futures, options, equities, need to super high focus on technicals, on price action. We've got a market here over the last 5 years that's barely had one day that was not at least a 1% move in the market. We've got companies that come out with earnings that are good. You beat on earnings, beat on guidance, beat on everything, and the stock goes down $50. There's no rhyme or reason. There's so many different people playing. We know that in the option market, we've got this short-term, I don't know, what do you call it, the next day expiration stuff. You've got, I don't know much about options.
Or same-day expirations now.
Or same-day. So you've got so many different people trading so many different ways in this market. You've got soft dollar trades. You've got guys who are doing option layoff business, meaning that they're big in options. They're sending their order flow here. You've got ETFs. ETFs is basically net a new incarnation of trading baskets of stocks, right? Everyone should know about ETFs. They're incredibly exciting. Look, you've got the SPY, you've got the futures, the MES, the NQs. These are financial instruments that are kind of ETFs in their own right. They're baskets of stocks, but ETFs also are basically baskets of stocks within a sector, right? Let's say you like the sneaker market and you go out and buy Nike. Well, you don't know what's going to happen with Nike. Maybe one of the guys who's got a Nike endorsement does something silly and the stock goes down 30%. If you like the industry and the sector, like luxury sneaker business, you can actually go out there and buy an ETF, which gives you exposure to the whole sector. So there's so many opportunities. The market tries to present us with so many different ways to trade it. Trading futures now is exploding. The futures funded trading market, there are a number of different platforms, Top Step, Apex. We're more prone to go towards Top Step. They've been around longer, started by a trader for traders. We know that they're legit. They're paying out their people. That gives people who don't have the money to set up an equity trading account access to the market. All the barriers of entry are down. You can actually go out there for 50 or $100 and actually open up a simulated trading account and get a payout, potential payout, if you learn how to trade the game through these platforms. So institutional trading is one thing. It's a different animal. I could talk about that in a whole nother way. I try to get people to focus and not worry about, people are really focused on what they don't have as opposed to what they do have. Suddenly, you all now have access to trade this market, so I want you to focus on that. You all have ways of day trading this market. You need to know how to do it. You need to understand about stop orders and risk management. Focus on, hyper-focus. Let's not get all ADD on this shit. It's not necessary worrying about what everybody else has and all that envy and jealousy. It's just not serving you well. Focus on what you have in front of you that suddenly, after 100 years, you have access to, and try and get good at it. You know, there's that old saying, right? You know, first of all, as far as a little bit of psychology of life, if you go out there and find something you love to do, right, and then get good at it, right? Spending 10,000 hours on something is what they say will get you to be great at something. Go out and do that with trading. Go out and get great at something. Don't worry about what everybody else is doing, because that just doesn't serve you well, right?
I think it's so important, is do not treat trading like you can just show up and be successful at it. It's a skill set like any other, 10,000 hours required.